messenger. Babylon is next to burn. Yeah. Say Babylon is next to burn. And I'm praying for his next return. So they watered down my culture. Hey, promoting lies just to redefine our culture. Hey, they must forgot. We descend from black kings and queens. Now 911. It's been a mistake and identity. They hate our God, so they watered down our culture. Hey, promoting lies just to redefine our culture. Hey, they must forgot. We descend from black kings and queens. Now 911. It's been a mistake and identity.
Full throttle, but he razzled with his proof. 14 years minus 2. I've been acting with his truth. Army fatigue and dusty boots. Freakers with the blue, the end of the Gentile room. Man, that's the return of the evil. Ancient Israelite like they ain't see your have to hit the Jeffrey sites. Almost they ain't prepared to fight. Serve the Lord with all your might. Follow Christ, dedication, sacrifice your life. No sweat, just give your hour your best. The true sons of light, no, he don't take kindly to threats. Make sure you're aiming right. My name is Nathan Kale Perez. She falls overnight. Righteousness, your spiritual vest. Make sure you strap it tight. Judgment like a thief. I go hang up in these streets.
So they watered down our culture. Hey, promoting lies just to redefine our culture. Hey, they must forgot. We descend from black kings and queens. Now 911. It's been a mistake and identity. They hate our God, so they watered down our culture. Hey, promoting lies just to redefine our culture. Hey, they must forgot. We descend from black kings and queens. Now 911. It's been a mistake and identity.
All praise to the Most High, Yah. They try to hide our history, but they ain't get far. Through the grace and the blood of Yahweh Shah, the remnant is being awakened to their true culture. Changing the limits to blind the past without no eclipse glass and try to look right past. But you see me, you like my walk, my style. Afraid because I'm wild, and all along you fall just try to be me. You see my light, it shine. You see it from behind. It's so bright, it blind, but you don't want to see. And I'm fringed up now. You sit and wonder how all the deception niggas found out. to worship you. Oh, my being rejoice. Take joy of the heavens, what you hear. And it makes me sound in your ear.
They want your ties every Sunday. Yeah. They want your ties every Sunday, and you don't really mind paying because you feel it's true issues. You've been going to your church every Sunday. You might die and go to heaven. You might die and go to hell. They improve that with the scripture, but they keep you feeling well at the Sunday church. At the Sunday church, better pay your tithes at the Sunday church. At the Sunday church, just to pay your tithes at the Sunday church. At the Sunday church, better wear your tithes for the Sunday church. For the Sunday church, just to wear your tithes for the Sunday church. They want that money, that offering. They want them ties, they want all of it. They want your membership, you and your family, more people to laugh at the Gnostics with. Welcome to Colonial apostleship, where they condemning the Gnostics, reading the teachings of Gnostics to people as if they're the origin of all of these doctrines. Whoa, viewing through dimly lit glass, Platonic doctrines straight from Plato mouth, looking to the Greek, missing Europeans, pay attention when pondering at Plato while do this, you kicking the pricks. If you do this, you kicking the goats, finessing the system of gain for the rich, where the poor seldom figure is vain for the soul. Whoa, all that sound good ain't for real. All that got glitter ain't gold. The church they finessing the people for money, but don't really care for their flesh or their souls. Nah, I'm about to wrap up this verse, then put in work in the next. Vibe to the hook and the beat, and so then I pass it to play this song loud in this bed. At the Sunday church, at the Sunday church, better pay your tithes at the Sunday church. At the Sunday church, just to pay your tithes at the Sunday church. At the Sunday church, better wear your tithes for the Sunday church. For the Sunday church, just to wear your tithes for the Sunday. Shout out my folk who in Houston, Texas, survivors and those who went there to help them. I pray for y'all daily and pray in the night, and with all I can give and extend, I'm helping survivors of Harvey the hurricane. How does a natural disaster get named? How can we sum up the pain and the terror and loss that you went through in form of a name? Ties in your offerings, hosting one money that green. Finally opened up Lake with the Harvey survivors, but initially the doors of the church were not open to people who needed a place to be dry, to people who lost very much, but I'm thankful to y'all that they didn't lose life. Condolences go to the people who lost ones they love in Houston. Respect to the real ones who put in their work, the real ones who helping those going through it. Yeah, the same with J. Osteen and them. Go play this for Osteen and them. I hope the people will see how J. Osteen did them and they cease to give money to him. At the Sunday church, at the Sunday church, better pay your tithes at the Sunday church. At the Sunday church, just to pay your tithes at the Sunday church. At the Sunday church, better wear your tithes for the Sunday church. For the Sunday church, just to wear your tithes for the Sunday church. Yeah. They want your ties every Sunday, and you don't really mind paying because you feel it's true issues. Even going to your church every Sunday, you might die and go to heaven. You might die and go to hell. They improve that with the scripture, but they keep you feeling well at the Sunday church. At the Sunday church, better pay your tithes at the Sunday church. At the Sunday church, just to pay your tithes at the Sunday church. At the Sunday church, better wear your tithes for the Sunday church. For the Sunday church, just to wear your tithes for the Sunday church.
All right. Shalom, family. Shalom. I'm so glad you're all here. As you know, you should notice by now, everybody's a moderator. Now, one thing I did fail to do was make a lot of people moderators on my second channel. So you guys are the official moderators. So anybody else that come to different hangouts, you know, they won't be moderators, you know, so you're the crew that's really the army for this channel. So just understand, being a moderator means you can do a lot even beyond just blocking people in the chat. You know, anytime you are in any of my comment sections, you'll be able to block and delete any comments that are, you know, from trolls. So you will all have that ability. All right. But welcome, family. It's good that you're all here. We're going to go over a few things. Just like the title say, you know, we're going to go over culture appropriation and how these white people are always stealing our music, stealing our style, stealing our slang, stealing the way we dress, stealing the things we do, but they never want to look back and give credit where it's due. You know, they won't say that they got things from us, which they clearly did, but they will steal it and then go on and act and put on airs like they came up with everything. And we know damn well, not only, you know, they didn't come up with that music, they also did not come up with the style. They literally didn't come up with anything, including the inventions that were made. So we're going to talk about that. Yeah, that's all they do. Steal and then deny, steal, deny, steal and deny, steal. And just from South Africa, you already know it's a global phenomena. They do this everywhere they go, steal and deny, steal and deny. But you have to understand, ladies and gentlemen, what type of offspring they are. And we're going to talk about that too. My greatness inside of me, I want to thank you for this chart because I'm going to show this chart. Let me go ahead and let me see. First thing I need to do is share my screen with you all. See if I can get this. Yeah, here we go. Right here. This here. And it's a few, let me just get set up here, y'all. I will be set up in a moment. Let's see. All right, just gotta look for it. All right. All right. So that's one, and then this is. All right. Now I'm ready to do this. Let's see. Go ahead and share my screen so that you can all see it. Okay. All right, now you all should see this map that I have up. Now, this map, what it shows is all of the criminals that left out of Europe. You know, they all sailed around the world and occupied and colonialized all of the land that you see on this map. So the British let 69,000 criminals float on those ships to America, and you can see Bermuda. The red is British. So these were all criminals that they let go from their land, and they are occupying the land that they're on now. Their offspring is. So we are truly in the land of, in fact, a criminal world. And the offspring are now running things of these criminals. The yellow is Spanish Empire, and you can clearly see they're in Mexico, they're in Puerto Rico, and Cuba. So it was people that were criminals from Spain that settled in these areas. And also here in South America, you can see a large population of criminals from Spain going into North Africa, 80,000 of them. Okay. The green, the blue is French. You can see they went into South America. The French also came over to Australia. And remember, Australia, the whole landmass was a prison colony. Now, the original Aborigine people were there, And they made this whole landmass a prison colony. So you can see again, I guess the UK had the biggest amount of criminals. So 79,300 criminals were there. And then there were 63,800 more criminals from the UK, and also in Western Australia, they had 9,700 criminals that settled there from Britain. Okay, and you can see right up here also the British criminals settled, okay, on islands and everything. So, so I wanted you to see this map to see how dramatic their migration really was, and how this impacts our lives today. Ladies and gentlemen, they were truly from and of criminals that floated away from Europe, and they are currently occupying everybody else's land. And as you can see right here, the Portuguese in the southern part of Africa, Mozambique and Angola, 18,000 criminals settled there. So it is no lie when they said, you know, their criminals start occupying the land. It is the truth. It is the truth, y'all. The criminals are indeed occupying all of the landmass and colonializing that landmass today. So you see how big it was when they set sail and start stealing up all the land. Now, I know they think what they've done is an achievement. Well, I'm telling you, what kind of achievement is it if you go on a land, you got guns, and you start killing everything in sight? How the hell is that an achievement, y'all? They think what they've done is some big achievement. Tell me, what kind of achievement is that? You had a gun. The people that you shot at had no gun. And that's how you stole all the land. And you think you've done something great. There is no greatness in their rise to the top. There is nothing great about it. And how much of a no-brainer is it to pick up a gun and shoot at people? You can't even say it took a brain to do that. It really doesn't. Right. And, you know, the gun is their modern day sword. All right. S. Wiseman, I'm going to make you a moderator too. I know you just came in. But, you know, they think what they've done is something great, y'all. That's the thing that's really sick. They've done nothing great. And South Africa, I really believe, is the beginning of what's to come in the future. A lot of people are going to rise up and want their land back from these offspring of criminals occupying the land all over the globe. People are tired. They want their land back, period. Okay? They want their land back. Yeah, if you ever seen Jane Elliott, she talks about how the maps are all incorrect. And what they did was they made all the land that white people came from all big and large on the map. And all of the land that was filled with black people, they made the land mass smaller. So, and the equator's in the wrong spot, you know, all that stuff, y'all, all of it. And as you can clearly see, you know, they migrated out all of their criminals. And you want to hear something else? When all of those criminals left out of Europe, the crime dropped dramatically in Europe. So you can clearly see they sent their troublemakers out of the land to occupy the rest of the world. That's all they've done. But we're supposed to see this as an achievement. Well, I mean, my greatness inside of me, I got this from you. But you notice when the South Africans put all those petitions out, nobody responded to their petition, not even Trump. Nobody responded. The only one that did respond, I want you to take notice, was Australia, the former prison colony. You know why? Because those people really are their relatives over there in Australia. Not to mention the fact that after apartheid ended, a lot of South Africans settled in Australia. There's many of them already there. So you can see why they did get that offer from, give the offer to South Africans to come there, white South Africans, because, hey, that's their family. Okay, where the prison colony once was. And those are the offspring of the criminals. Just like we're looking at the offspring of the criminals here in America. Yeah, nobody wants them. I just wanted you all to notice that. Australia came forward, but that's really the prison colony came forward to take them in. But if you notice, they petitioned all over this globe, especially Europe and the US, to take them in. Europe didn't even respond. You know why? They don't want that criminal class of people back in their land because they're nothing but troublemakers. Anywhere you send them, they are going to do nothing but cause a lot of problems. And people, that's the last thing people want, is a lot of problems. Now, their argument is, oh, well, don't send in the Muslims and the Africans, and the Somalians, bring us in, we would be better. No, actually, they wouldn't. Number one, at least a lot of the immigrants coming to the country, see, they gonna work for a cheap amount of money. Okay, they just are. These colonizers, they are going to come and want top dollar for anything they do. And anytime they don't get what they want, they're going to be a problem. And they don't want, America is a cheap spending nation. They want labor for cheap. They ain't looking to pay nobody no top dollar, including those people from South Africa. Yeah, we know what they did. And not only that, they wiped out the Tasmanian people. Not only did they kill off a lot of the Aborigines, they also completely wiped out the Tasmanian people. There's no Tasmanians left on the planet because, and see, a lot of people don't realize they caused quite a few Black populations to go extinct that you never even heard of. So this devil got hell to pay. They really do. They got hell to pay, y'all. Well, they said they're a problem everywhere they go. Switzerland probably got sick of their ass, and that's why they got rid of them, shipped their butts right back to South Africa. See, nobody's going to put up with people coming. Number one, you came to their land, and on top of coming to their land, you got the nerve to come there and be a problem. Okay? People don't take kindly to that at all. And they're not going to put up with it even if they came here to America. Now they're crying victim. And right now they're crying victim, y'all. And sorry. And trying to get everybody on this earth to feel sorry for them. No, we have nothing to feel sorry for. Right now, they have a choice. They can stay right there in Africa. Africa gave them an offer. They just can't own all the land, okay? They can't own all the land. Africa says they can lease the land that they're on. They don't care about that. They will lease that land and they can stay on the land, but they can't occupy 73% of the land, and didn't pay for the land, didn't negotiate for the land, didn't give Africa nothing for the land, just stealing the land, and killed all the people that was on the land in order to get it. Man, get out of here. But they want you to believe they are entitled to the land, and they're not. They're not. If you didn't buy the land, you have no deed for the land, you have nothing, then no, you're not entitled to that land. You know, and then they come with this argument, well, nobody was on the land, which is a lie. They killed to get that land. So obviously, if you had to kill people, somebody was there. And I've even heard some of these American trolls use that argument. Well, nobody was using the land. Well, guess what? 47% of America is not occupied either. So is it okay for the Mexicans to come across the board and say, and use that same logic you're using? Oh, well, you're not using the land. They wouldn't accept that, and they know it. They know it. They just think somebody is dumb enough to listen and agree with that garbage that they're talking. Well, if they would have got the land fair and square, then it wouldn't be no issue. But we know nowhere on this planet did they get the land fair and square. You know, everywhere they went, they used the gun to get the land that they're on. Yeah, I saw that video on Phil the Advice show. It was actually kind of funny. I laughed through that video. They have so many plagues on them right now, it ain't even funny. But, you know, they're going to just deny it. You know, Jamaica once did run them off. They tried to occupy Jamaica back in the 70s, and Jamaica, the residents there ran all of those Chinese people out. And they recently started trying to occupy Jamaica again. So it does have a history of running those Asians off at one time. Yeah, well, Alex Jones, like I said, I can't get into him. I really can't. That is one person. I don't think I could sit and listen to him for 5 minutes. I tried to listen to his videos before in the past, and I just couldn't handle it, and I had to leave. He talks so much garbage, so much sensationalizing everything. I don't like that kind of stuff. You know, people are tired of being held captive in their own land. And those South African people, they have been held captive by the colonizer, criminal class, offspring long enough. Yeah, you know, I don't even listen to Alex Jones is a joke. I don't see how anybody could listen to that man. I'm serious. I don't see how anybody can listen to him. Yeah, I mean, they've killed everywhere they went. That's the same, you know, that is that's really the reality. They have killed every single place they've gone. These people have no record of making peace with the natives already on the land. I agree, Kamir Muhammad. He is an idiot. You know, they never gone anywhere and made peace with the natives on the land. Nowhere on this planet do they have a history of that. Their history has always been kill, and take, kill and take. People are no longer trying to hear that crap and them trying to whine that they deserve all the stuff they have when they really truly don't. When you go back in the history, they've done nothing to deserve any of it. Yeah, yeah. But I think South Africa is actually going to be the catalyst to what goes on the rest of this planet. You can best believe they're not the only one. Namibia, they are also doing the same thing that South Africa is doing, but it's just not getting a lot of publicity. A lot of the natives there are trying to get their land back from the whites that have occupied that land as well. Hey, Mr. Lawrence. No, they really don't. I mean, look, we see that just from the Antifa and alt-right fights out in the street. No, they really don't even get along with each other. That is correct, Lord Maul. That is the truth. But I think you're going to now see, once everything goes down in South Africa, you're going to see more places around this globe demanding their land back. You're going to see it happen everywhere. It's going to have a domino effect. All right. Now, the next thing that we are going to do is talk about culture appropriation without appreciation. As I stated before, we have people that have been stealing our culture, imitating how we sing, how we dance, how we use slang. If we start using slang, they start using the slang. Now, remember, we were using unapologetic Negro. Now the white supremacists are now saying unapologetic white. Get out of here. How the hell are you a racist and claim that you're better than someone? And at the same time, you're saying the same slang of the people that you claim you hate. Okay. Unbelievable. Well, I mean, look, just a week ago, I was out and I saw this white dude make an attempt to have dreads in his hair, have locks in his head. I was like, it didn't even look right. I'm sorry. Shit don't even look right on them. But see, what they do is they steal our culture because we actually have a culture. They don't have one at all, but we have one. And then they try to act as if they invented and came up with everything. And when you go back in the history, they didn't create anything other than lies. They didn't create anything. Yeah, it's disgusting, Yvette Reed. You saw an Asian guy with dread. Yeah, it's disgusting how they rip off our culture. It happens all the time. Oh yeah, I've heard Jada T. I've heard quite a few of them talk about Wakanda. I'm like, that was not referring to you, but they got to be a part of everything. They got to always try to be a part of every damn thing. Yeah, my greatness inside of me. Yeah, I bet you they get lice in those attempted dreadlocks they got. It does look dreadful on them. It looks horrible. It looks absolutely horrible. Cayman, I think both of them are worse. I really do. I don't see anything other than just their hate. And then, you know, it's just like Paul Mooney said, they want to be a Negro, but don't really want to be one because they don't want to take on all of the oppression and everything that we go through, but they want to hijack everything in our culture. Yeah, shit, Locks. There you go, true royal family. All right, we're gonna get into this. I gotta share my screen once again. Give me a moment. Okay, let's get to this video. I want you to hear what Stephanie Mills have to say, a legend in her own right, and once was Michael Jackson's girlfriend, y'all. But let's go ahead and hear what she has to say about cultural appropriation.
Been in this business for 40 years.
Yes, all my life. This is all I've ever done. I'm 60, baby.
Looking fabulous.
I'm 60.
Because black don't quit. What is your take, Stephanie? Because I mean, especially from, you know, an artist that has seen you my whole career, you know, and has thought of you as the diva, you know. What is your take on the state of music right now in our climate?
I think they want R&B, but they don't want it from us.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they want it.
Okay, it's over. We're done.
They want it from Adele and Justin Timberlake and those people. They don't want it from us. Because when you make an album and it's beautiful, or someone else makes an album, Kenny Lattimore had a wonderful album.
And we heard nothing of it.
And there's a reason to that, I guess.
So do you feel that the industry is trying to muffle us, and it goes back to social appropriation? Do you think that they're taking bits and pieces of what we are that makes us great, and then they're wanting to encapsulate that, but they're not wanting the skin?
They don't want to show the respect of where it comes from. You know, that's why when you see, I don't understand Black women that inject their bodies and want bigger behinds. I mean, I'm trying to lose mine. You know what I'm saying? But I don't understand that. We're beautiful. And that's really what I want to point out, that we are beautiful. We don't have to look like the Kardashians. The Kardashians are trying to look like us. You know what I'm saying?
So when I tell you, we went to school.
We talk about it all the time here at the Serpent.
You know, and I think why our artists are having such a problem is that the hardest thing for an artist to realize is that you're just $1 to most people. That's the hardest thing to realize. Even for your family, for when you're out there working, it's hard for, you know, because we want to be loved. That's what we give. We want to be loved.
Because we're givers.
But we're givers. But then when you realize, when you don't have a hit record, or you're not on a hit show, and you call somebody up thinking that they're your friend and they don't return your call. And then these Black people out here that are these stars need to know that when you're invited to people's homes, you're just entertainment.
Child, somebody ought to shout it.
You're just entertainment because you have that hit record at that time. You have that hit movie at that time.
And don't not have a hit record or a hit movie. You won't hear from them.
You're never their friends. Let's be clear.
Listen, I am so happy that you are here, Stephanie. Stephanie is keeping it all the way real.
All the way.
All right. You heard what she said, right? Now, I agree with her 1,000%. And I think we all can relate to what, sorry about that, what Stephanie Mills said. You know, she is a legend. She is a legend. That sister has been around since about the age of 14. She was in The Wiz on Broadway, I believe, at the age of 14. So she's been in the music industry for a very long time. You know, I remember when she was on, you know, in The Wiz on Broadway up there in New York. And Stephanie Mills was just selling out the house even back then at the age of 14. She just had that explosive voice, you know? And you heard what she said, and it's the absolute truth. Yes. Stephanie Mills was actually the girlfriend of Michael Jackson back then. You know, a lot of people don't realize when she was on Broadway doing The Wiz, she and Michael Jackson were dating, and they were serious about each other too during that time. But you know, one thing I do respect, when Michael passed, she did not say one negative thing about Michael. She didn't say nothing negative about him in the media, you know. But she, you know, respected his talent and everything, but she never had nothing bad to say about him. But she is an awesome person, and you can see she kept it real. She is right. They want R&B, but they don't want it from us. But the bottom line is, ladies and gentlemen, I don't buy their stuff. And I'm keeping it real with you. Okay? Oh yeah, I like that too. Something in the Way You Make Me Feel. Yeah, I love that song by Stephanie Mills. That was a good one. I agree with that. But she's right about that. But one thing I can honestly say to you, ladies and gentlemen, I don't buy R&B music sung by white people. Okay? Because white people in this country have a history of not thanking the Black people of where it originally came from. Now, I will listen to it free of charge. I'll listen to it for free, but I don't pay for that shit. I don't have not one Justin Timberlake CD. I do not have anything by Adele. I don't have anything by any of their white male and white female groups. I don't buy their shit. Okay? And the reason why I don't buy it is because all through the years, with our inventions, with our music, with anything that we've done to further humanity, they will not acknowledge it. And until they do, no, I'm not going to acknowledge their music and appreciate it and buy it. I won't do it. I won't do it, y'all. I will not buy it. If it comes on the radio for free while I'm in the car, I'll listen to it. You know, I will listen to it. But, well, Tina Marie did acknowledge that R&B was something that she listened to, and she appreciated the Black artist. She was rare. You're right. She was a rarity. I agree with what you said. But I'm sorry, Hood Mistress, I agree with you. She is rare. The vast majority of them won't even give their props to the community of what they're trying to rip off. You know, that's a problem. And that's the biggest reason why I will not support whites that sing R&B. I don't buy it, and I'm not going to buy it. I'm not going to buy it. And really, no Black person should be out here buying that shit, because they won't acknowledge where that originated from. So if they don't want to acknowledge where it came from, why should you buy it with your money? And plus, not to mention the fact, they have an unspoken code not to buy from Black people. Okay? You open up a store right now, white people ain't going to come in there to buy a goddamn thing. So, no, I'm not going to spend money on a white artist singing R&B. I'm not going to do it. Now, if they want to offer their music for me to listen to for free, that's the only way I'll listen to it. I won't do it any other way. Yeah, she was definitely a rare exception. You know, she not only acknowledged it, she sung with many different Black artists. Yeah, Dolly, I'm not surprised. That's the dirty shit they do. Lisa, I made prom gowns for a living. White girls at the college started a giveaway and put me out of business. I'm not surprised, Dolly. That is the dirt they do. Hi, Black Order, the Black Order. Welcome. Shalom. Well, I'm not crazy about their artists anyway, you know? And to me, I watched a little bit of Adele in concert. She just stands there. That's all she does. She sings, but she just stands there. After a while, it gets boring. At least, the other artists, they move around, they dance, they do things, but she don't do nothing but just stand there in one spot singing. Then another time I saw a brief clip, and she was sitting during her concert and singing. I was like, after a while, she's boring. Oh, thank you, Cayman. All right, so we're going to look at some other things. Now, one thing I also notice more than anyone else now, it's not unusual for artists to develop, problems with their voice, but I noticed that white artists seems to have the problem a lot more. So if you look at, let me see, I was Stephanie Mills. Justin Timberlake undergoes throat surgery. Adele, damaged vocal cords. 4 other singers underwent surgery. Okay. They seem to have it more than anyone else. And you can see right here, Adele, again, having all kinds of voice issues, damaged vocal cords. You know why this happens to them? And Christina Aguilera, damaged vocal cords. You know why this happens to them, ladies and gentlemen? This happens to them because it's not natural for them to sing as we do. It's unnatural for them. That's why they have to always relax their voice, vocal cord this, vocal cord that. There have been Black artists having the same problem, but I can tell you, hi, Mr. Notorious, I can tell you, you see far fewer Black entertainers having those problems than you do white entertainers. They seem to have vocal cord and all kinds of voice issues all the time, a lot more often than we do. You know what? I saw that little Zan thing. To be honest with you, is he a damn junkie or something? Because he sure looks like one. I'm telling you that he looked like a straight up junkie. Hi, Diamond Girl. Most of it is auto-tune. You're right. Yeah, it is. Most of it is auto-tune. But, we are the originators of all of the music genres that are out here. And a lot of it started right there during slavery, especially the things that have been around the longest, like the blues and country music. All of that came from us. Jazz. And you can go back in the history, and there's recordings of our ancestors singing that music. So it all originated from us. Now, I know they talk about rock and roll belongs to them. No, it doesn't. Rock and roll came from Black people. It all came from us. Music wouldn't be where it is today if the Black population was not here. They would sound just like they did back in Europe. Really sad. Well, she's okay. You know, I think they make a big deal out of her. But to be honest with you, Diamond Girl 08, we can walk into any church in America and find just your average unknown Black woman that could blow Adele away. And that's the truth. And y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what I'm talking about now. I'm not big on the Christian church, but I know there's some damn good singing in many of our churches around America. And there are a lot of women that can blow many of these stars with singing contracts away. Hi, Casey. Yeah. I mean, she's okay, but I didn't find her that entertaining. You know, when you look at her in concert and compare it to other people in concert, Adele is kind of on the boring side. She really, I guess, because of her size and everything, she just don't have that ball of energy like you see in a lot of our performers. You know, they got that energy, they can sing, they dance, they move around on the stage. You know, but Adele is like, I gotta stand in this one spot and sing loud. And that's all she does. She just sings loud and stands in one spot or sit in one spot. And we're supposed to see that as outstanding. It's not outstanding at all. Well, Fergie can't really sing at all. She just Fergie, I be honest with you, I don't see how she made it at all. But again, she's another one stealing the Black culture and trying to sing like a Black woman and all that stuff. But to be honest with you, I never thought Fergie was all that great, even before the national anthem. Yeah, Charles Dutton actually did a commercial and he was talking about that. He said America wouldn't have flavor if Black people weren't here. And I said, he got that right. They sure wouldn't. No, you can tell Fergie is heavily voice enhanced. Big time. Big time. Like a lot of them. They said Madonna is too, but I never cared for Madonna singing anyway. She's another one. They said they have to build her voice up so much in the studio, it's not even funny. But a lot of them are like that. Yeah, Unknown S13, they do. They're notorious of trying to make the white woman seem innocent and pure and good, and we know we know that's a load of shit. But you know what? They don't have lasting power. Nia Beta, Alpha One, they don't have lasting power. I noticed that about these white women. They come and they go. Celine Dion, they did. They thought she was some big deal. She was in the industry for a few years and then dropped off the radar. And Adele will too. Let me just ask you, what white singer, female singer, do you know that has been around for 40 years like Stephanie Mills? What's their name? Seriously, what's the name of a white female singer that is still going strong in the industry today and she's been around for 40 years? Right. But see, well, Madonna still ain't going strong though. You know what she hasn't had nothing out recently. Right. You got Patti LaBelle. Joni Mitchell. Well, what was her last hit? What was Joni Mitchell's last hit? What was Cher's last hit? All right, let's go with Cher. What's Cher's last hit? Okay, what's Barbara Streisand's last hit? I'm just saying, what's Barbara Streisand's last hit? I mean, you're naming people, but they haven't sung in many years. No, Cher never could sing. Okay, now what's Barbara Streisand's last hit? You know, you're naming people, but they haven't had a hit in the long decades. The last time she had a hit. ABBA, okay. When was the last time ABBA had a hit out? I mean, and you don't even see these women even getting lifetime achievement awards. You know how they'll, get a black artist and they give them a lifetime achievement award. Did Joni Mitchell get one? Joni Mitchell is a high priestess now. Why did she leave the music industry? These white women are supposed to be so phenomena. Yeah, right. No. And the thing is, when you listen to black women, they don't even lose their voice. In fact, I saw Stephanie Mills sing like a year ago. In fact, I believe the YouTube video is out there. Stephanie Mills still sounds just as good as she did when she was young. You can hear Patti LaBelle. Patti LaBelle can still blow people away. She can blow you into a different time zone with her voice. I heard Gladys Knight sing. She still got her voice. You notice the black women's voices all stay intact. Patti actually got a pretty strong voice. My family and I, we went to the same Beulah Baptist Church where Patti LaBelle started out. She wasn't screaming in. She was sounding pretty damn good. Yeah, Aretha Franklin. Anita Baker. And, like I said, the black women tend to keep their voice. I mean, even Natalie Cole, before she died, her voice was still intact. But, my point is, it's a hell of a difference between a white artist that age and a black artist that age. Yeah, and Shaka Khan still has her voice. Absolutely. Well, Cortez Miller, it is true. They think their R&B singers like Justin Timberlake are just the best, and no, he isn't. And, Prince's family did not want him hologram during that halftime show he did, and he just totally disrespected what the family wanted. They don't have no respect whatsoever. And Prince would not have liked that. And number two, when Prince was alive, he never performed with Justin Timberlake, ever. He never did, not one single performance with him. Oh, y'all really digging back. Sherelle, Patrice Rushen. Yeah, y'all really going back. I don't think he should have been picked for halftime. Justin Timberlake didn't even have a hit out. I don't think he should have done it. It should be somebody that's out now, that's hot and got a hit. He does not have that. He should never, in my opinion, he should never have been the Super Bowl halftime entertainment at all. Jennifer Holliday, Minnie Riperton, if she would have been alive, had she survived her breast cancer. Yeah, it's so many. Well, Unknown S13, I think when they try to sing like us, it's not natural to them. And that's why so many of them have vocal cord problems, because they're trying to imitate us and it's not working out so well for them. Yeah, well, the sad part about Whitney, she just never could overcome her drug problem. She fought with drug addiction for a long time, and she just couldn't overcome it. Yeah, too many to name, right? I think one of the Pointer Sisters died like a few years ago. Yeah, Angela Bofield, I believe she died of cancer. And Renee Diggs, she's another one, Object of My Desire. Tammy Terrell, she's buried over in Philadelphia. She's in a cemetery in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. That's where she was born, the Philly girl. The only reason why I know is because, back during the time when she was singing with Marvin Gaye, they were doing those duos together. My mom used to tell me how they made such a big deal out of it in Philadelphia because Tammy Terrell was from there. Yeah, Betty Wright. My mom used to love that. What's that song she did? Clean Up Woman. My mom used to love that song. No, I believe Angela Bofield passed. Hold on, Christopher. Let me look it up real fast. I believe she passed away. Hold on. Did she? 54. Maybe you're right. Maybe I'm thinking about somebody else. can't really go by that. Here, well, let's look at this one. Magic. Okay, Cuban. She was born in 1954. She had a Cuban father and a Puerto Rican mother. This time I'll be sweeter. I'll try 2016. Yeah, okay. She had a stroke in 2006. She was completing therapy. She had another stroke in 2007. More work in health insurance. Oh, that's so sad. When she had her second stroke, she didn't have any health insurance. And you know how this country will run you on the ground when you got medical problems and no insurance. To resume performing. Oh, that's a shame. Oh, that's a shame. She had 2 strokes. Okay. Okay. Maybe she is alive. I thought she had passed on. Maybe I'm thinking about Phyllis Hyman. I don't know. I know Phyllis is gone. Yeah. All right. So she's probably about 60 years old, I guess, huh? Angela Bofield. Yeah. She, because this one, it's a shame. They don't really have much written about her. I'm really surprised they don't have a lot written about her. Very limited. Very limited information about her. That's a shame. It shouldn't be that way, but it is. Yeah, I was watching Diamond Girl. I was watching a video on Phyllis Hyman, and her family seems to think it was an accidental overdose, that she did not intentionally kill herself. And it's a shame. It's a shame. She, they said, I think, didn't they say she was bipolar or something? She was definitely battling with some problems. It's a shame that she did not get the help that she needed. Yeah, Vesta died. Now, I remember that. I remember actually them announcing her death when I was driving to work. I heard about Vesta's passing away, right? Gerald Levert. Didn't both of his sons die? They were both in the group Levert. I believe his one son died in prison for child support. He was in there for child support and he died. And then Gerald Levert died from mixing medications. I think he was trying to get over pneumonia or the flu or something. And he had mixed medications that he shouldn't have mixed and he died. So I think both of those brothers are gone. Yeah, I that's what I thought. I thought both of them were gone. Yeah, Anita Baker is good. Yeah, Bobby Womack. He stole Sam Cooke's wife. Bobby Womack stole Sam Cooke's wife. Oh yeah, Darnell Jones. You know that I love you. I remember his song. Phoebe Snow. I remember, I vaguely remember Phoebe Snow. Yeah, yeah, I don't follow any of these people. That's why if you notice, I don't do a lot on celebrities when I do my videos. I just don't tend to, because I already know our way out of oppression is not going to come from a celebrity. I already know that, you know, and I normally don't emphasize on that. But nowadays, there's just so much cultural appropriation going on. It's not even funny. It's sick. It's almost at a sickening pace. And then when you call them out, you know what they'll say to you? I had one white person say, "Well, imitation is a form of flattery." No, it isn't. No, it isn't. Especially if you're imitating somebody and you're not giving them any credit. What kind of flattery is in there? There's no flattery in that bullshit. That's a load of bullshit. That's just some crap they came up with that think that takes all the heat off of them for imitating and copying and ripping people off. It's not. It's not no flattery. You know, if you're not going to acknowledge where you got it from, then who's it really flattering? Who's being flattered by it? Get out of here with that shit. Right, Mr. C, it's a form of insult. It's not flattering. But, I've heard a few of them say that, and it is just not true. And nobody is going to be flattered by you ripping off their style and then not even acknowledging it. There's no flattery in that at all. Yeah, well, if they are the advanced people that they claim they are, they shouldn't have to rip anybody else off. And if they are such creators, how come they haven't created any music genres? They haven't created not one. Hmm. Yeah, I remember some of those singers, CeCe Peniston, Stacy Lattisaw. Yeah, a lot of artists. It's just the sad part is the artists of today are just not, there's a few that have spoken up, but it's still not enough. I mean, they have just sold their soul to the devil, and they're not going to stick up for this community. Like I said, our freedom from oppression is not going to come from a celebrity, not going to come from no actor, not going to come from anyone in the entertainment business, no athlete. It's not going to come from any of them. But it's amazing how, you see Black people rising up in South Africa. That's a beautiful thing. And I know you have somebody very much in the forefront, like Julius Malema, and I think that's why I noticed not only South Africans, but also white Americans have come to my comment section to bash Julius Malema. And it's only because they fear that same type of person rising up in America. That's what it is. Yeah, exactly, Sharon Martin. They are. Smokey Robinson is actually biracial. He had a white mother and a Black father. But I mean, come on, you can tell when you look at the man. He got that you know, you see his hair and you see them green eyes. You know, come on. But yeah, he's got a white mother and a black father. Yeah, well, see, they're in fear of more Julius Malimas rising up around the world. And it kills me when in my comments, he wants to kill white people. Well, I guess they got amnesia about killing black people during apartheid. I guess they got total amnesia about that. You know, don't come to me talking about no Julius Malema want to kill white people and you got a goddamn history of slaughtering black people in South Africa during apartheid. Don't come talk to me about that. I know some of y'all saw my ski lift video on Russia. Now, I added on that title Judgment. And the reason why I added Judgment on, some of you may remember when the Russians did those still shots of a mock lynching where they painted one person in blackface and put a noose around their neck. That's the payback and judgment I'm talking about. Yeah, they would never get no emotional support from me. Never. But that's the judgment I was talking about. If some of y'all remember that, they took all them pictures of their little mock lynching and giving the thumbs up with the noose around the guy's face that was painted black and all that stuff. No, I'm not going to forget that. Well, you know, let's face it, the only reason why they're on top is because the Most High has used them to punish us. You know, like I said, we are at the end of the 6,000 years. There's no need for them to be in the forefront. We don't need racism for another 100 years. Get the hell out of here. Don't nobody in their right mind needs that another 100 years. Get out of here with that shit. And again, after 5 centuries of being here in America, what have they done to make things right with the black population? Not a goddamn thing. So, no, I'm not going to cry over their fall. I'm not going to cry over it. Yeah. Mugabe. Yep. We're never going to forget about Robert Mugabe. You know, he aged, got old, but yeah, George Trusty, I already knew about Bruno Mars. I mean, you can look at him and tell, you know, I knew he was a crossbreed. It didn't take a rocket scientist to see that when you looked at him. Well, you know, they don't like losing to us. You know, that to them, that is like the ultimate insult. You know, especially when you're used to getting everything handed to you because they didn't work for shit. They had everything handed to them. Land, everything, even jobs they're not qualified for. How many times have you been on a job and they hire a white person and the person ain't even qualified for the job? But see, they'll hold their hand and coddle them and give them a kabillion years to get straight on the job, though. But if it's anybody black, they need you to have experience already coming in the door. You always set the criteria different when it comes down to us. Yeah, well, so many of them do. Or they'll use R&B to rise up in the ranks, and then they cross back over to um, what they deem as rock and roll. They go back to their white crowd. And Black people, that's one thing. We are just too accepting. When they're singing R&B, we get all excited, and then we want to embrace them and welcome them. And nah, man, I'm over that. I have been over that for a long, long time. I'm not impressed by that. And like I said, I won't buy it. I'm never going to buy no R&B music with some white person singing it. I'm not buying it. I don't care what it sounds like. I'm not buying it. I'll listen to it for free. You can play it and I'll listen to it for free, but I ain't going to buy it. You know what, Diamond Girl? A lot of times when they don't do things like that on a job, it's because they really don't want to do it. They really don't want to answer a phone or do certain things, so they don't do it, or play dumb like they don't know how to do it just so they don't have to. They're not the hardest working people on earth. When you've gotten everything handed to you, how hard are you really going to work? Okay, you're not. Yeah, I mean, not only this, I mean, I've seen them even try to bust into and sing reggae. I've even seen, white artists trying to do that too. Um, they'll go over and try to sing reggae music as well. Again, I ain't buying it. I'm not buying none of it. Yeah, yeah, I've seen them do that too, and I'm like, mm-mm. Or they'll tell me, oh, well, so and so is so good. No, they're not. And where would they be if Black people weren't here? Every last one of them that are trying to sing like Black folks, where would they be if Black people were not here in the first place? They'd be singing that Oktoberfest music like they do in Germany, or square dance music. You know what I'm talking about? They'd be doing that square dancing bullshit. They probably got that from us. Did they get square dancing and square? They probably got that shit from us. No, Sharon, bluegrass music came from us. Hold down. Mr. C, you're crazy. The hold down. Well, see, that's what a lot of artists do. Christopher Clipper, once they are no longer mainstream, they're really still there, but they go behind the scenes and they usually will play for other artists or they'll write music or produce other groups. That's usually what they do when they're no longer in the limelight. A lot of them do that. So they're not actually gone. We just don't see them in mainstream music anymore, but they're still behind the scenes. Uh-huh. You know, George Trusty, they can't do anything to save those Winter Olympic athletes. I'm sorry. They really sucked. America did very poorly in the Olympics. Hold on, y'all. I'm going to stop the live stream because I really don't have anything to show you now. Let me see. Let me stop that because I don't have anything to show you at this point. So I'm going to turn that off. Yes, Loretta. My kitty is here. Hi, Loretta. Nice of you to visit. All right, let me get caught up here. I have to jump to another screen. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah. River Dance was hilarious. I don't know. What was that like? Because I didn't watch a lot of River Dance. When I saw it, they looked stupid to me. I didn't watch a lot of that. What was that, some Irish dancing or something? We probably taught that because, you know, we once were all over Europe. I'm sure we ruled in Scotland and Ireland and all the other places during the time of the Dark Ages. Yeah, I never watched a lot of river dancing. The little bit that I watched just looked kind of lame. It didn't look very entertaining to me. They think they're doing something with that. Captain, you are crazy. They think they're doing something with that river dance. They know that. You're right, Kathy. They know they're lame. That's why they keep trying to do everything like us. I know it. They only move below the knees. River dance, they only move below the knees somehow with river dance. Well, isn't that how the Irish dance? They just have their arms still by their, they don't move their arms. They don't do nothing. The only thing they do is just dance around with their feet. And that's it. But there's no other body movement, just their feet. Oh man. Hey. Yeah, I think I figured out the live stream over on Black Spot. Now, I don't know how many of you got Black Spot accounts, but I'm planning on trying it out real soon. I want to be able to try and see if we can do movie night over on Black Spot. I mean, if Black Junction had it, I would do live stream over there, but he doesn't have it up yet. I know they are planning to do it, but as of now, he does not have the live streaming up on Black Junction TV. So until they do, we can do movie nights because Daryl said it was okay to do movie night over there. So we will do it. And I think the first one we're going to see is Hollywood Shuffle. We want to just do throwback movies. So we'll do Hollywood Shuffle and then we'll just go from there. Maybe we'll see Shaft. Some of the old ones. Dolomite. Dolomite. That's another good one we got to see. So we'll get into watching some throwback movies, get the popcorn, kick our feet up, and just watch some good throwback movies over there. He said he didn't care at all if we did that. So that's what we'll do. Yodeling. Oh no, that you just digging all into the cornball bag there, August Dream. Yeah, Crooklyn, that's a good one. My son used to love that movie. I used to have to play that movie at least 2-3 times a week back when I had it on. I actually had the VHS tape on that movie. And my son wanted to see that movie over. I played that movie so much it wasn't even funny. I played it so much I started just saying the lines along with the actors. How many times I saw that one. Cleopatra Jones. Yeah. Yeah, Crooklyn is a good one. Coming to America. Yeah, we can discuss other movies that, we want to see. That's not a problem. But I think we're going to start out with whatchamasugar, Hollywood Shuffle. That'll be the first one. And then we can take it from there and just try to do a movie night, maybe like once or twice a month. We'll go over there and do movie night. Yeah, Dead Presidents. That's another good one. Dolomite. Yeah, Dolomite. Yeah, Dolomite was the bomb. Imitation of Life. Good. I hope they do Crystal Clear. Lisa, have you heard about China thinking about throwing out the US dollar along with Iran? Now, yeah, they're trying to play like it's no big deal, but it really is. Because it's if a lot of countries see Iran doing it, you can best believe other countries are going to dive on the bandwagon. But you know how these folks are. They have an inability to see the bigger picture. They just do. And when people start dropping the US dollar, do you think Donald Trump is the kind of person that can convince them not to do it? Hell to the no. Donald Trump ain't going to convince no one of nothing because they can't even stand that man. Shaka Zulu. You know, there's a part in Shaka Zulu where he's talking to this white man and he points over there into this little group of people. He said, "Who are those people right there?" And he turns and says, "Those are the Israelites." It's in the movie. It's in the movie Shaka Zulu. He said, "Oh yeah, those are the Israelites that was living among the Zulu people." And it's just amazing how he mentioned the Israelites in that movie, Shaka Zulu. Andre Tippin Jr. Yeah, you know, we got to get all the movies. Pootie Tang. He doesn't say anything through the whole movie. Pootie Tang. Mandela. Yeah, and Steve Biko. Serafina. Yeah, that's a good one. You know, Uganda really is a very special place. You know, the Garden of Eden actually runs through Uganda. It's part of the Garden of Eden. A lot of people don't realize that. I started working on some slides about Uganda and showing you actual shots of the Garden of Eden. And I just haven't finished it yet. It's like partially done. Sparkle, yeah, Sparkle, House Party, those are all good. Beloved. Now that was a crazy movie. Woo, that movie was kind of out there. Yeah, Shaka Zulu, definitely Shaka Zulu. But yeah, it'll be nice. We'll, you know, be a nice thing for us to do, kind of get away and take a break from the rat race every now and then and just watch a good movie. Purple Rain. Yeah, actually, I remember back in the day, it came on a lot on cable. Beloved, it came on a lot. Yeah, I think I watched it once or twice, but that was a weird movie. It really was very strange. Yeah, The Wiz is good, especially the one with Stephanie Mills. Yeah, I think that was Diana Ross and Michael Jackson, Nipsey Russell. That was in The Wiz, the movie The Wiz. I kind of wish they would have used the Broadway cast, you know, with Stephanie Mills in it. I wish they would have used them instead. But hey, they used famous actors of that time. Do the Right Thing. Yeah, I remember that. Baby Kids. Woo, y'all really digging some stuff up. I remember what was the other one? Cornbread Earl and Me. Coolie High. Yeah, Boomerang. There you go. Soul Food. Lady Sings the Blues. Oh my goodness. Bingo Long, Traveling All-Star, Motor Kings. Woo, you really taking it back. Mahogany. Yeah, Diamond Girl. I kind of wish they would have. I know it's no defense against Diana Ross, but I would have much rather have seen Stephanie Mills. I mean, nobody could sing Home like Stephanie Mills. Not even Diana Ross could top her in that. When I think of Home, now Stephanie Mills did tear that one up. Yeah. Enter the Dragon. Whoa, now that's one I haven't seen in ages. Enter the Dragon. Oh man, y'all. Y'all really digging up some movies. The Last Dragon. I remember that. Oh man, Jim Kelly. Yeah, yeah, Enter the Dragon. Didn't he die like a few years ago? He really wasn't that old either. I forgot what he died of, but I believe Jim Kelly died a couple of years back. I actually saw him on TV maybe like a few months before he died. He made an appearance on TV. And I think he was back then, I think he was in his 60s. I know he wasn't that old. Read the Hard Way. No, if Jim Kelly was a white man doing the same thing, he would have been a lot more famous. Definitely. Claudine. Yeah, Claudine was a good one. I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker. I remember that movie. Oh my God, I remember that movie. Yeah, yeah. Jim Kelly really wasn't. I think he was only like 63 or 64 years old when he passed on. He really wasn't that old. Sounder. Yes, Sounder was good. Cicely Tyson. Blank Man. Oh, yeah. That actually was kind of funny. You know, and we don't have to just do movies. We can do some throwback shows too. You know, a lot of the throwback shows are on, even on YouTube. You know, you got Sanford and Son, and you have what's that other show? Oh my God, I got amnesia right now. But a lot of the old throwback shows, yeah, Martin's on here, Sanford and Son. I'm just trying to think of that. Oh, Good Times. Good Times is another one that's on there. So, you know, we can watch some of the throwback shows as well. You know, if I did, I would probably watch maybe like 2 or 3 episodes on a hangout, living single. Yeah. Like 2, 3 episodes on a hangout. That would be good. What's happening? Oh man, do I remember that? Some of those shows out. The Jeffersons, I believe, is out there. The Jeffersons, Family Matters. Oh yeah, I think Cicely Tyson is more like 94. She's up there, and she still looks fabulous. She was married to Miles Davis. Can you believe that? They seem like such different people, but they were married one time. Her and Miles Davis. Yeah, Black Jesus. Yeah, the Good Times. The Amen. Yeah, I believe Amen is out there too. I haven't seen that in man. It's been a long time since I've seen an episode of Amen. Yeah, Bill Cosby was the writer and producer of Fat Albert. In fact, he did all the voices. Do you know that? Bill Cosby did all of the characters for I'm calling Black Albert, Fat Albert. A lot of people don't realize he did all of the voices for that cartoon. Remember the Jackson cartoon? Now that was a good cartoon. That was a really good cartoon. Yeah, Give Me a Break. "227." Yeah, a lot of good ones. Yeah, Spawn. My son used to like Spawn. He used to really like that movie. You know, they also had a variety show. The Jacksons, if you get a chance, pull up their variety show. They had a weekly variety show at one time too. And I was watching some of the old episodes of that. A long time. Yeah, I mean, Andre Toppin, a lot of times people didn't like those kind of shows because, you know, the Black woman was always the mammy, taking care of the family. That's all that crap is. Old Soul Train episodes. Actually, that would be fun. Oh, Wesley Snipes and Friday After Next. Yeah. I tell you, it's priceless the way Pinky came in that room. I still love that. Merry Christmas, Noga, from Pinky Noga. I love that. Yeah. You see some of the stars today that used to be on Soul Train. Yeah, those were the days. Those were the days. And like I said, we can do the throwback movies and the throwback shows over there. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I remember watching see some of those shows that you're mentioning, I didn't watch them until they were long off the air and just saw it in reruns and stuff like that, but some of those shows I don't even remember when, because I was so young. Yeah. Woo, y'all bringing back a lot of memories. George Trusty, the only thing I can't, I know a lot of people like the biblical movies, like the Ten Commandments. The only reason why I don't like those movies is because they, the miscasting. They put white people in roles that were not white people at all. They were Israelites, and those Israelites were black. I mean, I can watch it, but I have a hard time sitting through the whole thing because I guess because I know the truth. And then once you know the truth, you don't want to see all that fakery anymore. Yeah, Prince of Bel-Air. Oh my God, I knew so many people that loved New York Undercover. There used to be people used to run home just to watch that. Yes, Meteor Man. It's like the whole world had to stop when New York Undercover came on. Everybody ran home. Oh yeah, the original Shaft, absolutely. It was okay. There were a few characters on there that was funny. No, I mean, I don't want to see it unless they got the right kind of cast. If they're going to just keep up with the all white stuff, then no, I don't want to see any more biblical movies. They can, those movies are flopping now anyway. The last few that they did with all white cast, every single one of them flopped. People don't want to see that crap because they know no one was white. And they're just trying to continue to deceive the public into believing that those folks were white in the Bible and they weren't. Or they'll tell you, oh, well, it don't matter. Yes, it does. It matters. Yes, it does. Either you're going to tell the story right or shut the hell up. It does matter. Beverly Hills Cop. Well, yeah, I mean, like I said, if they did the stories and told the truth, then yeah, I could watch it. But if they're going to continue to lie with a bunch of white people, then no, I'm not watching it. I'm not going to pay no money to go see it in the theater, and it's going to, and they're wasting their time making those movies because that's not what the world wants to see anymore. They got away with that for a while, but nowadays people know damn well those people they're depicting in the Bible are not white. So they're not even, they can't even sell those movies out in the US anymore. Yeah, Barbershop. Those are all good movies, y'all. Like I said, we'll have a lot of fun doing this and hopefully um we can all come together and just enjoy that and be off of YouTube because YouTube copyright this, copyright that. You don't have to worry about that stuff. Daryl said he doesn't care what we show if we want to go over there. So that's a beautiful thing. Mm-hmm. Red Tails. Yeah, I didn't even go to see Prince of Egypt because, yeah, like you said, it was a all white cast. I don't want to see no all white cast when the people were not white. Yeah, The Inkwell was a good movie. Nefertiti, you know, Lord Maul, who was it? Tareen Rain called her Cava TV. And some people were calling her Neander TV, Neander TT, Becky TT. All right, yo, I'm going to go ahead and end this live stream. It definitely was a pleasure gathering together for this one. I'm not going to be able to do any live streams on my main channel until I think like June 3rd. It's like the beginning of June. You know how these demons are. Anything to try to shut us down, but that's okay. You know, we can do it over here and keep it moving. I'm not going to worry about it. Life will go on. So I thank you all for coming. We'll definitely do this again. And anytime we do a live stream, I'll just do it as I did. I will go to my main channel to let you all know it's going to be over here. If you have not subscribed to this particular channel that we're on right now, make sure before you leave that you subscribe. But until then, I will see you on the next live stream, ladies and gentlemen. Shalom and enjoy your night. Peace, family.